Welcome back to this episode of Catch Up with Kai and Cohen. This is our final episode of our substances series where we decided to talk about some drugs that we've had interest in, maybe had personal experiences in, and our thoughts on it, because I personally care about my views on these substances. So I thought I wanted to share it to the world if there is anyone who's listening to this, maybe one or two. But
yeah, a couple harder drugs today. I've always kind of been open to...
And when we say harder, it's not that we think it's more bad in the sense that it's hard on your body, but more regulated. It's more of a controlled substance.
Yeah, more like a colloquial description of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's not actually harder than... the other stuff we've talked about.
Yeah.
It's viewed as more intense, I suppose.
So nowadays in our current society, there's big talks of the use of psychedelics in anything. Like right now, it's such a huge, controversial, big topic in mental health, how it has a maybe promising role in things like PTSD, depression, anxiety, but it actually dates back, the use of psychedelic dates back long time ago.
Yeah, you remember I was talking about MK Ultra a couple episodes back?
Yeah.
That was so I forgot to look into this, but I'm pretty sure LSD acid was like a big part of MK Ultra.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, actually, yes, it was, because I remember there's this movie called Tropic Thunder, which I fucking love.
Yeah, I love Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, remember the first scene of Tropic Thunder where it's like black and white, and the guy it's like a scientist. And a guy, is this Tropic Thunder?
I don't think that's Tropic Thunder.
Oh, what movie was that? Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
Pineapple Express. Yeah. Opening scene of Pineapple Express. It's like a scientist and gives the guy, I don't know if he gave him LSD or if he gave him weed in Pineapple Express, but...
Well, in Pineapple Express, isn't, as part of the plot, aren't they trying to... No, Pineapple Express is the weed.
Yeah, Pineapple Express is weed, but I don't remember if in the movie they gave him... Okay, they probably gave him weed in the movie, but... part of MK Ultra, I'm pretty sure was acid. It was like these psychedelics things that they were experimenting with in America in the last century.
Yeah, I mean, I keep on referring back to this, but I took that pharmacology course at university. It's basically a course about talking all about like illicit substances.
Yeah.
And acid was part of it. And that's actually what piqued my interest at first. Apparently it was discovered in like, I don't know, like 1940s, 1950s by the scientist. And apparently he took like an insane amount of dose, and he was on his bike like going at it for so long.
Like a stationary bike or?
No. Like
just bicycling.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been fucking sick.
And then like in the 1960s, 70s, there's like a huge psychedelic movement by use of the people, musicians, rock bands.
And this was still acid?
Yeah.
So it is a quick question. It is two questions actually. First, is it a naturally occurring? Is this like a plant or something?
Well, LSD is a chemically made substance, but things that are chemically similar to LSD naturally do occur though.
All right. And then second question, what does LSD stand for?
Oh, fuck, I have no idea.
Okay, all good. But yeah, I knew what you were saying.
But yeah, like, there was that huge psychedelic movement in music. Like Beatles had like their phase of making that type of music. And now even there's like a genre of psychedelic funk and pop music, psychedelic rock music. But yeah, anyways, have you tried acid?
I have tried acid.
How's that?
Well, yeah, like I said, throughout my life, not throughout my life, at some point in my life, I decided I was okay with trying stuff that wasn't like super dangerous. So,
and to note, I'm not saying I'm promote this, just as a preface.
Yeah.
Acid actually isn't that dangerous physically. Just letting the audience know. Just wanted to give that notice first. Okay.
Yeah, and that was part of why I was because acid sounds very scary.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, the name itself's like, well, you're taking acid. What the fuck are you doing? It sounds like worse than it sounds like on the same level as like crystal meth.
No, I agree. I agree.
Or like crack cocaine or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And LSD also sounds like, oh man, that's a scary ass name.
It's like a fucking chemical name. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, weed doesn't have a name like that. Nicotine doesn't have a name like that. I mean, they do, but no one refers to them by chemical names. So yeah, that was why I was open to trying it. And also a couple friends around us had tried it before. So
would you do it?
Would I do it?
Where did you do it?
Oh, where did I do it? So I did it at one of our friends' house. That was the first time I did it. And not gonna lie, it was pretty fun.
Yeah. Tell me about the experience from the beginning to the very end.
Yeah. My first time doing acid, it was super fun. I had a great time. And since then, I've done it again, actually, a couple times.
Yeah, so like tell me about it, like the trip, like what is it like?
Yeah, so I did it very sparingly, and what it feels like is like you feel really, really calm and happy, and
like physically you feel calm.
Yes, physically I feel very calm, very serene, I guess. Other things are visually, things are very, very interesting.
Like vibrant?
Yeah, and not just vibrant, but it's like you feel curious about things.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. For example, you might look at a wall while sober and be like, that's like a white wall or like a gray wall or a brown wall or something. But then on acid, you might be interested enough to think about, well, what exactly shade of red is that wall? You know, and then try to like think about, you know, is that like rouge red? I don't know what fucking colors there are, but you know, when you get curious in that way and interested in that way in things.
So you're not hallucinating in a way that, oh, holy fuck, I see this goblin right in front of me.
No. I've never like hallucinated ever on acid. It's just things look prettier.
Prettier.
Yeah, prettier.
Okay.
Like colors
That's
look
a good
prettier.
way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because, like more vibrant, like are patterns moving?
Yes. So patterns do move, but it's not like, it's not scary at all or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just simple things like, I've never really talked about this, but things like paintings kind of come to life a little bit. You can see like flowers that are stationary and you know that they're stationary. They kind of come to life a little bit. They might blow a little bit in the wind like real flowers do. I'm talking about paintings here.
Yeah.
And if you go outside and look at real flowers, they just look, you know, really, really captivating. Even grass looks really captivating.
So they come to life.
Yeah, they come to life. They seem, well, like I said, you become really curious and interested in things like that. Like flowers, you might, you know, on sober, you might look at a flower, you might appreciate it, think that's a really pretty flower. It's a really pretty color. But on acid, you might have, your train of thought might be more like, oh, I wonder what kind of flower this is. You might, you know, feel good enough to like go all the way up to a flower and like touch it or see how it feels in your fingers or like really how it smells and pay attention to your like curiosity.
Oh, it sounds like your senses are like heightened.
Yeah.
Like your vision. Taste.
Some senses are heightened. Some are dulled.
Oh, dulled.
Yes.
Oh,
things like something like taste. Taste on acid is in my opinion quite dulled, and maybe a byproduct of that is like you don't really feel like eating too much. Maybe it's because things aren't. Maybe it's because you can't taste it that well. Maybe it's because you know you got other priorities at the time. You're enjoying yourself.
So is it like that the whole time? Because how long does it last?
So acid, it lasts quite a while.
Yeah.
It's basically a full day excursion. Yeah. If you start at, you know, you basically got to set aside like 8 to 12 hours for this.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're like incapacitated in those 8 to 12 hours. It's just, you know, you should set that time aside to be able to like enjoy yourself. You shouldn't, you know, you don't want to do anything else while you're on acid for sure.
Is that because you're like, I don't know, is it almost as if you're drunk that you can't operate a vehicle, like you can't talk to people or why is it that you can't do anything?
Yeah, so things like, you know, operating a motor vehicle, definitely dangerous. Definitely dangerous because you'll be distracted all the time and you definitely are impaired.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even
I mean, yeah, you literally said your senses are.
Yeah. Like even walking in a straight line, it's not like you're gonna like stumble all over the place, but you're not gonna be as solid as you would be if you were sober, you know?
Yeah. Like does it, so then, like I said before, is it like that the entire 8-12 hours, like what you described just now?
I would say it's like, so the beginning part, so once you take acid, for about the first hour or so, you're kind of just waiting for it activate, I guess.
Like you don't feel anything.
Not really.
Just like kick in like that, or
no, not quite. Okay, so you feel a little bit of like of something. To some people that feels like anxiety. To some people it's like, actually I think for most people it's either like you feel some anxiety or you don't. Sometimes I'll feel a little bit of anxiety but very little. It's not very much. And then it kind of just like happens. Like you're waiting for it to happen, and it kind of just happens. It's like a pretty smooth transition, and then you realize like, oh, I think I'm starting to feel it. And things like gradually become, more vibrant, more colorful.
Yeah.
Your body starts to feel lighter, happier. And then you're high. And then that'll last for about a solid like 6 to 8 hours at least. Oh, 6 hours. No, not 6 hours, like 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
I would say it lasts pretty strongly, especially for me. For example, one thing I said is like you do get like visual things visually look different. You see vibrant colors, moving patterns, moving shapes, stuff like that, moving paintings. And for me personally, I know this hasn't been the experience of everyone around me that has also tried acid, but for me, I see those things pretty much for like 12 hours, almost all the way up until I go to sleep.
Damn.
Yeah, which is pretty sick.
Doesn't it get tiring?
No, not at all. The whole time, nothing gets tiring.
Yeah.
When I'm on acid, the whole time it's just
wow.
Everything is so interesting, and I'm so curious about everything, and it's like having it's like every experience is like a novel experience.
Oh, like a baby in a new world. Baby in a new world.
Yeah, quite like that. It's like you're seeing flowers for the first time. It's like you're seeing clouds for the first time, or you're really noticing the colors of your room for the first time.
Do you like doing anything else while on acid?
Anything else while on acid? What do you mean? Like activities or like other drugs?
No, like activities, because it sounds like you like observing a lot of different things, especially nature. But
yeah, so my favorite thing definitely is to just be observing things.
Yeah.
But other fun things are definitely something like, I think the most fun thing aside from, just enjoying nature is actually watching movies while on acid, or like watching like something with amazing animation. Like big shout out to Spider-Verse. That is the goated acid movie. It just looks so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, my big thing is definitely when it comes to acid is like taking in nature and just being calm and peaceful. Like one of my favorite things to do, or one of my favorite times to do acid, probably my favorite time to do acid is like camping, or like being in the mountains, being in a lodge, something like that. Because there's so much beauty around already. Yeah. And then just doing acid while in that situation, just like I said before, you get so curious and interested and notice so much more. So definitely my favorite thing is to just be around nature. Secondary would probably be watch movies, shows, stuff like that.
You know how it can be, the word acid, it's like pretty scary.
Yeah, we should find another name for it.
Like in the media, or I guess even in movies, there's like this fear mongering of, oh, you're going to go crazy. Like, you're going to go psychotic. Like, do you, after doing it, could you see yourself experiencing that while being on acid?
For me, personally, no. But I know that this is something that is extremely dependent on the person. Yeah. Actually, is it? Is this because I know since we've talked about with weed, that can cause psychosis and be really bad for something like bipolar disorder or schizophrenia.
Well, I guess like technically the fact that things are moving like when you're on acid just normally, that in itself is considered psychosis, I guess. So
really, I mean, but that's like that will never freak me out because I'm expecting that, like I know that's what's going to happen. Yeah. And nothing outside of my expectations has ever happened.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen YouTube videos where like the YouTuber did incredible doses of acid and it kind of changed them, though. Like it changed their personality, which seemed a little scary.
Yeah. I guess, one thing for me is like I do basically everything I've tried has always been quite a low dosage. Even with acid, I think I basically take like the minimum dose pretty much. Yeah. So I never really had like, and that works for me. I don't need anything more. Yeah. I feel fucking awesome with the little that I do take.
So then how, like from the way you describe it, it sounds amazing, right? Yeah. Because it's so amazing then, like, is it addictive for you?
No, not at all. I mean, I haven't done it in, it might be years now, I think, that I haven't done it.
Because it's true, right? I mean, it was on paper, but the abuse potential of acid is very low.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the least addictive drugs that you could do.
Yeah.
But I wonder why though, because like if it sounds great, you know what I mean? Like you feel great, things that you observe and see, it seems great as well. But why it's so interesting that why it's not addictive then?
Well, things I've heard is the big thing that I heard, probably the first thing that I heard about acid was the more you do it, the less it works.
Oh, that's true. That is true, actually.
Yeah,
I didn't learn that.
Yeah. So for example, like for me, I do it at most once or twice a year. You know, not more than that.
Yeah.
And there's even like, you know, like I said earlier, it's been I'm pretty sure it's been like a year or 2 years since I last did it. I think it's been maybe a year or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do it quite sparingly, because if you start doing more consistently, it's just you're not really going to get the effects of it.
Yeah, I remember in that same pharmacology class, quite literally, you do it, and then if you want to do it the next day, you literally have to like double that dose.
Yeah.
And you have to wait a while for your tolerance to come back. So
Yeah.
tolerance builds up very quickly.
Yeah.
I think it's for all psychedelics actually, not just acid. Like for shrooms, like mushrooms as well, I'm pretty sure the tolerance builds up pretty quickly.
Weed is a psychedelic, right?
Weed?
Yeah.
No. I mean, yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I've done mushrooms only once in my life as well, but yeah, it's interesting that these things you kind of can't like keep doing it. Like,
Yeah.
like with weed, like you smoke weed a bunch, you do build up a tolerance and you feel it less, but you can like power through that by just like fucking
Yeah.
smoking way more weed. You
So
know?
interesting.
Yeah, but with these things, you can't do that at all.
So we touched on in the beginning that, you know, there's a huge movement in the medical world that psychedelics are being looked into for its role in depression, anxiety,
Yeah.
trauma, stuff like that.
Yeah.
After trying acid, do you see the potential of it being used for mental health illnesses?
What kind of problem would you want in this situation? Like, what kind of problem would it be used for? Someone that's like dealing with like trauma?
Yeah, I just said like depression and like,
Oh, okay.
anxiety, trauma.
Well, I don't know how much, you know, the exact danger of someone, because for me personally, so I've never done acid while I was depressed.
Yeah.
I like consciously made the decision to like told friends like, no, I'm not gonna do it this time because like I'm not really feeling great. So I personally don't know how someone that's like not feeling amazing would react to acid. But if it's like if there's no risk of making something worse, which, you know, there's got to be some risk, I'm sure. If someone that's like depressed or dealing with trauma, if they're able to do acid and feel the way that I feel while I'm on acid, then I think definitely it can be useful for dealing with stuff like that.
Okay.
But it really hinges on, you know, how is this psychedelic going to interact with that specific person's brain chemistry at that specific moment. And I'm sure for medical uses, would someone that is taking acid to deal with a medical problem, would they be taking the same dosage as a recreational dose?
What's a medical problem? Like what do you mean?
Say same situation like this, like depression or trauma.
Oh, I see. I don't know. I have no idea.
Because yeah, I've heard of like maybe like microdosing for medical purposes, or like maybe that's being tested.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, if the person that is taking acid for the medical reason, if they could feel if they could consistently feel the exact same things that I feel when I do acid, I would say for sure it would be useful for dealing with mental health problems or trauma issues. But then the big concern is that we know that you can't keep doing acid. You know, you have like a short supply over a limited time that you have access to, and once you use that, you can't just add. Well, I don't think you can just add more. You gotta, you know, wait up a little bit for the tolerance to build up again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess.
Do you think it has application in the? I mean, I think so. How do you feel?
I have no idea. You know what I mean? So.
Any guesses?
I mean, because you're saying that you're more curious.
Yes.
About the world.
Yes.
About what you observe. So I'm wondering if like that introspection is what could be helpful for people struggling with depression. Like it helps them look inwards about what they're struggling with, and not even depression, things like trauma as well. Maybe that's how they can process some of these challenges. It could be that maybe, they're going through grief, or they have unresolved problems from the past that they can't really tap in without the help of these psychedelics. So maybe that's a way or avenue to lower your guard and like inner guard to explore these issues.
Yeah, I know there have been times where, which is another thing I really love about acid, it does, or at least I feel like it really does help me organize some thoughts that I was maybe ignoring while sober. Like things that I just didn't want to like really put mental attention towards for one reason or another.
Yeah.
For some reason on acid, I feel comfortable like confronting those things like on my own, just in my mind itself. So maybe that could be really helpful for that, because I oftentimes, or maybe not even often, maybe almost every single time after having these like this period of time where I'm just thinking about something while on acid, almost every single time I finish that, I don't know what you call it, like a thinking session.
Yeah.
Almost every single time I come out of that feeling quite happy and like feeling more prepared than I did before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that being useful for sure.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, from the things that I read up on, like there was even a study where just giving like one dose of like magic mushrooms helped with their depression. But I think, like, I still think like the studies or research or whatever are still pretty preliminary.
Yeah.
Meaning that, like, it's not like they looked into this for 10, 20 years. It's a pretty recent phenomenon. So I guess we'll have to see how effective it is. Yeah.
For example, what you just said with the guy that took magic mushrooms, I'm sure after, like, how much did he take? How often, how long did he do this? Because if it was like...
it's just, no, in the study was like just once.
Just once.
Yeah.
I feel like that's useless.
Yeah.
Guy gets high on shrooms, feels great that day, and then, that doesn't give you any data.
Well, no, like they would... Well, I'm actually not too sure of the exact study details, but I think they assessed it maybe a few months later, not like immediately after.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have I only have one experience with magic mushrooms. I guess I'll talk about it real quick.
Well, I mean, just psychedelics in general, because I think like the way they work are similar, like acid and shrooms are similar in the work. So that's just my general comment. Yeah.
I was gonna say, felt really, really similar to me.
Yeah.
Mushrooms felt like mini acid, just like a shorter version of it.
Yeah, because MDMA, like Molly, is it?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what the street name for Molly is. I mean, for MDMA is.
I think it is Molly.
Or is it E? Or is it ecstasy? Or I have no idea.
So confession, I've also done Molly or MDMA.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not entirely sure if E and speed and whatever the fuck, if they're all...
I know for sure speed is not Molly though.
Okay. That sounds intense.
But I'm confused as in, is MDMA Molly? Is Molly ecstasy? Is ecstasy E? But
from what I know, MDMA is the like pure or chemical form of Molly, and Molly is like the street name, and that might be cut with something else.
Yeah.
And then ecstasy, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think it's probably Molly as well.
Anyways, yeah. How was your experience with MDMA?
I mean, this one is tougher. It's
because I ask you this because there's also growing like intention and research in the role of MDMA for mental health, like specifically for PTSD and trauma.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so that's pretty difficult for me to wrap my head around. So should I talk about what Molly feels like?
Yeah, like how was your experience?
Okay, so first time I did that was at a festival. There was this one festival that friends and I, a couple of our friends, would go to every year, and that was where I did MDMA or Molly for the first time. And I haven't done it in quite a while now, like years, and I don't know if I'll do it again. Probably not, to be honest.
Okay. Well, why not?
It's one of those drugs that's just kind of a little scary. Like,
why is it scary?
I'm not really comfortable with getting stuff that could...
Well, before we talk about that, like, how was your experience? Though?
Okay, so what it feels like is like, so you take Molly, it's a pill, and for like an hour, you kind of feel like shit.
In what way?
Like, so it's called the come up.
Yeah.
and you feel kind of anxious, you feel kind of nervous, you feel
kind of similar to, actually, no, maybe similar to acid for some people.
yeah,
Anxiety.
I mean, for me, I feel it way more with Molly than with acid. Like the worst thing I've had with like quote unquote the come up on acid is like maybe I feel a little bit like I burp a little too much or something. Like my tummy like rumbles.
Yeah.
But then on Molly, it can be a lot more intense.
Yeah.
Like I definitely feel the anxiety, definitely feel the nervousness, feel like hot a little bit.
Yeah.
Like under pressure. And you feel like that for almost an hour, and then almost magically, like a switch is flipped, you stop feeling that, and then you kind of feel like insanely awesome. Like you feel amazing. You feel like all the worries you had 2 minutes ago, they're all gone, and you're just you're a part of the congregation now.
What does that mean?
Like you're in the crowd at a festival, the music is blasting, everyone's dancing, and you're part of them. Like you become one with the crowd. You're not worried about it anymore. You're in the moment then.
Yeah.
And you kind of stay in the moment feeling pretty awesome. Like, okay, I gotta say it. I gotta be a little bit more descriptive. You feel like really energetic. You feel
lots of energy.
Yeah, you feel tons of energy. You feel no more quitting in you. You know, you just go until you can't go anymore. You dance way past your legs want you to dance. You like kind of like push past your limits.
Yeah.
And just party all night long, basically. Don't feel tired. Everything feels fun. Music sounds great. Yeah, time kind of flies.
Yeah.
But it kind of flies just because you're having such an awesome time.
Yeah.
Such an amazing time just partying.
Like I mean, in media, the popular perception of Molly is that it makes you like super like loving towards or affectionate towards others. Yeah,
that definitely happens. I feel really happy around my friends. Lots of hugging, lots of telling each other that we're good boys, we fucking love each other, reminisce about there's this so we've gone to festivals a couple of times I have with a couple of our friends, and I have this one friend that I've known for a long time. And every time we would be at a festival together and like get high on Molly, we would start reminiscing about our times back in junior high and back when we were kids. So yeah, you become very loving.
Yeah.
When you're on Molly.
Yeah. How long does it last?
It lasts. How long does it last? It lasts about 4 or 5 hours, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think enough just for half a festival, basically. Yeah, we would get there about halfway through the festival, pop Molly, and then for the second half, we're basically good to go.
Okay. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay. So then, I mean, why wouldn't you want to do it again then?
The reason I don't want to do it again is I'm just trying to be more careful about the kind of stuff I put in my body. And the biggest worry I have with Molly is it's quite, with something like acid, it's not very common for it to be cut with something else. I mean, I don't even know how you could do that.
Well, it could be a different chemical, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But
yeah, I get you though.
Yeah. Like it's a different world,
Yeah, it could be like laced with like fentanyl maybe.
Exactly. And it's kind of common for Molly to be laced with like cut with something else.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get pure MDMA.
Yeah.
You might. You're like,
I see what you mean, yeah.
You might, but it's like going to be rare.
It's much more easier to cut by the dealers rather than acid because no one is like cutting acid.
Yeah, like, I mean, should I explain what it looks like? Like acid is just like a tiny little piece of paper.
Yeah.
It seems difficult to fuck with it too much.
Yeah.
But then when you've got like a pill, pretty easy to fuck with a pill.
Yeah. Like especially if you're trying to sell for profit, like why not just put in shit to save costs? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's my that's the biggest thing that makes me want to stop.
Well, to be fair, like it definitely is way worse than acid in terms of like health effects.
Yeah.
Like you sweat a lot.
Yeah.
It could be dangerous. Dehydrated.
Yeah.
You overheat.
Yeah.
Which could be also dangerous.
Yeah.
You get a heart attack.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
It can be cardiotoxic as well. But it's also fairly neurotoxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, believable. I feel like most drugs are probably neurotoxic.
I don't think acid is, to be honest.
But maybe it's because I don't know.
I think acid is neuroplastic.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That makes sense with it being like introduced into medical trials now.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense of it being neuroplastic.
But yeah, definitely more dangerous than acid. But I heard the addictive potential is still like not high as things like alcohol, like cocaine.
Yeah, I would be, well, to be honest, I've known people that pop Molly like every weekend, which is like fucking insane to me.
Yeah.
These are like people that would like go to the club to pop Molly.
Yeah.
Which is a problem.
Yeah.
You should not be popping Molly at the club, no matter how fucking lit the club is.
Yeah,
that's not the location to be popping Molly. Okay.
Yeah.
The party is not, well, I don't give a fuck what kind of club you're going to. The party at the club is not wild enough for you to be popping Molly, and if it is, then fuck me, man. Yeah, like I find it pretty hard to believe someone could. Well, no, I don't find it hard to believe that someone could get addicted to Molly, but it's just like a strange situation because, well, first of all, you feel like shit after you do Molly. Like the day after fucking sucks. It's terrible. The sleep sucks. You kind of once you're done with Molly, you kind of just like crash all at once. Like you feel, all of a sudden you feel how tired you are.
Yeah.
You feel how sore your legs are, how like fried your brain is, and it all comes in at once. And you feel so tired, but you can't even sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you've been listening to loud ass music all day and you didn't notice it because you're on Molly, but now your ears are like blasting. So yeah, because of these like horrible come downs, I guess. But I'd be surprised, or I find it surprising that people are so willing to do this weekly. Because I should have asked.
Okay. So you don't have like you don't feel the incentive to do it like the day after.
No, not at all.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, the day after, I want to. The next like 3 days after, I just want to be in bed and not do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because like I'm an old man. But for me personally, I'm just probably not doing Molly again because like I don't go to festivals anymore. It's not really my thing anymore. And I don't know if I'll go to one again. Maybe I will. Probably not. But yeah, I'm probably not doing this again. The Molly.
That's fair.
Yeah. Not only is it because like I'm like interested in different stuff. I'm not really interested in going to festivals anymore, but also because it's quite dangerous. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But do you see, similar to acid, we talked about like the potential of being used for mental health like concerns. You're saying that MDMA makes you really affectionate, really happy.
Yeah.
Do you also see it similarly that, oh, maybe this could be helpful for trauma and like depression?
Well, maybe, but you crash so hard. You would have to fix that crash, like prevent that somehow. Maybe like a much smaller dose.
Yeah.
Maybe that could fix it. But okay, so if we take it for what it is, just the positive effects of MDMA. I guess, but I mean, because if you're doing it and you're by yourself and you like feel affectionate, what does that really accomplish? You know?
Yeah, because is it also like, do you think it's also introspective, like the MDMA?
Not at all, to be honest.
No, you just feel good?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's introspective because like once it hits me, I'm kind of in a trance.
I see.
I'm not
It's just like pure euphoria.
Exactly. Yeah, like pure euphoria. Like my body feels good, the dancing feels good, the wind feels good.
Yeah.
Not much, just like living in the moment purely.
Yeah.
And not really much thinking at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. That's good to know.
Yeah, so in that sense, it would have to be like some really well-engineered program to make MDMA useful in a medical sense.
Yeah.
I think it would either have to be, from what I understand, it would have to be something like specific, or it would have to be done in a way that goes beyond my understanding of Molly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a different dosage or something like that.
Okay. So at least from your experience, you're like, kind of iffy about it.
Yeah. Okay. I see acid way more in that sense than I do Molly.
That's what I get the sense too, because it sounds like acid's more like chill. You're kind of like...
Yeah, because you don't really... The biggest thing is like there's like no negative after effect the day after from acid. You're just like
no come down or
no come down at all. Yeah. You get like an amazing sleep.
Oh, do you? Really?
Yeah. And like every single time you have like a new lease on life.
Yeah. Like
you remember the thoughts that you thought the day before, how beautiful everything looked, how pretty all the flowers were, and how great the sun felt on your skin. The beautiful trees, like that's like still fresh in your mind, and it gives me such a positive outlook on life, even like after having done it already.
Yeah.
Compared to MDMA or Molly, not at all. Like as soon as it's done with, I'm thinking like, fuck, I'm so tired. Maybe it would have been better not to do this.
Okay, I get what you mean. So like the after effects are like a lot more severe than the benefits. I mean, or not the benefits, so like what type of positive feelings you've experienced during that high, I guess.
Yeah. Much more negative. Much more negative. Occurrences linked to MDMA.
It's good to know. Okay, so X to M DMA.
Yeah.
Check mark to LSD acid.
I would say so. Just if we could like figure out this problem of the not being able to, not being able to do it for quite a while after having done acid.
Yeah.
If we could somehow solve that medically, then that'd be pretty sick. I feel like at least worth trying in a bunch of different scenarios as a treatment, different mental health issues.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Huh. So then, maybe in a world, let's say this is legalized.
Yeah.
I'm talking about acid specifically.
Yeah.
Do you anticipate the same problems that we've talked about with weed?
Probably not.
Oh.
Maybe we have like more. Well, first of all, I think a lot less people would do it, even if it was as available.
Oh, because it's scary.
Yeah, just because like the name is scary. It should be called something else. Like it should be called like, I don't fucking know. So just not acid or LSD. These are like such scary names, and probably by design. Like whoever the fuck named this shit probably did it to scare people away from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even calling something weed is like, it's almost like a derogatory reference to a product.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So since I think a lot less people would be willing to do it, and even if the same amount of people were willing to do it, as we know, you can't do it nearly as much. Like if someone decides to pick up a bunch of tabs, do one tab Friday, on Saturday, they're going to need 2 tabs to feel what they did on Friday. And on Sunday, they're going to need like 6 tabs, which is like fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I think in that sense, it's not abusable, but surely there's going to be some idiots like me that inevitably try to abuse it, and it'll probably take way too big of a dose at once, and that might fuck them over or something like that.
Yeah.
But I do see a future, since we live in a world where fucking weed is legalized, and I think weed might be a hot take here, but I kind of feel like weed is like more harmful than acid.
Yeah.
And since we live in a world where weed is legalized, I could see a future where acid is also decriminalized or legalized.
I hope it's decriminalized, not legalized.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think if it got legalized, it would create a bunch of problems.
What specifically do you see happening?
Oh, like people just dropping acid everywhere and just acting stupid, getting into stupid shit, getting into accidents, doing stupid things, getting psychotic and everything. So
yeah, the DUIs would be quite fucked.
Yeah, and like cannabis was a little different because the underworld and the black market was like insane.
Yeah,
but acid doesn't really have the same reputation as that.
Yeah, so, there's no war on acid. The same way that there has been. On weed.
I mean, like they stopped that in the 1960s or 70s or whatever. So
yeah,
decriminalization, sure, like maybe in controlled areas, environments where there's a medical purpose, sure, yeah, but legalization, not sure.
It's worth trying medically for sure. I think it's worth trying.
I actually think those are really the big things we wanted to talk about, mainly because we had personal experiences with it. We were thinking, maybe we'll talk about things like meth.
Actually, can we talk a little bit about meth?
Why, have you tried meth too?
No, I've never tried meth, but I've been rewatching Breaking Bad lately.
Yeah.
So I watched Breaking Bad like years ago, tons of years ago, but I didn't give it like a fair shot. So I've been rewatching it, and meth looks pretty fucking intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard in my life, I'm sure you have as well. As kids, we were told never meth. You know, everything else is like, maybe there's like nuance to it, but never meth. And I've never tried it, and I'm going to live by that. Never once. Because, it just looks too dangerous. And I don't know if it is like it is in the show, but that's too spooky for me to ever get involved with.
Yeah, never ever do meth. That's just horrible.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about meth.
Fuck meth.
Yeah, fuck meth. And also, be really informed before you make any big decisions like that.
No, I agree. But that's it for our first mini-series. We gave it a go. I think, I like it. It gives us more of a structure. Gives us a little bit more kind of depth into what we talk about.
Yeah.
For our next series, we're gonna actually, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be pretty interesting. So I hope you folks tune in, because we'll be continuing with these like 3-4 episodes miniseries.
Yeah, for the foreseeable future at least. But thank you guys so much for listening. This concludes our drugs miniseries. Really fun for us. Hope it was fun for listening to you guys as well. And actually, I have a question for you. Are we Tuesdays and Thursdays now?
Yeah.
That's our schedule?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Tuesdays and Thursdays is when our episodes are going to be coming out. But any final thoughts?
No, I think that's everything. I hope people still keep on tuning in. I think our last episode didn't do too well. So
it is what it is. We've got a couple new listeners and we do notice. So thank you guys so much for listening. But yeah, this has been this week's episode of Catch Up with Kai and Cohen. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Peace.